Yeah, that was not in any way correlated with Zay. It was just more, we want to get to a certain number for training camp, and thought Streeter does a good job. We think he did a good job with the workout, and so it's just also creating competition on our roster. As I've said before, Vic, we're going to try and continue to do that at every position. So. Well, yeah, we believe in not beating ourselves, and I don't know what went on other than what I observed on tape before I got here, and I'm not really concerned about that. What I'm concerned about, honestly, is what happens now moving forward. So, I know this. I know that the margin of winning in the NFL is so small that you can't beat yourself, and that speaks to pre-snap penalties, post-snap penalties, discipline, accountability, all those things that you're probably referencing, Jerry, and so we spent a lot of time emphasizing that through different avenues when we teach. As you guys have heard me say before, really the challenging part of this business, there are relationships that we've all made since we've been here, and that's the tough part of the business, is to move on. And had very good conversation yesterday with Brandon, Cyrus, and myself. And it was a healthy conversation, it really was. Cyrus is a pro, and we felt like it was the right thing to do at this time for us, and also the right thing to do at this time for Cyrus, in the hopes that he'd be able to get on with another club. We honestly wish him all the best, him and his family. Yeah, again, similar to the question with respect to Zay and the signing of another wide receiver. Really separate conversations. Felt like Wes would help us, and again, increasing the competition at the tight end position specifically. We are concerned with Charles's knee situation. It's something we have to manage moving forward in order to have him on the field for us, which is important moving forward. He's a weapon for us.
How much of the OTAs has he participated in so far?
He's participated in most all of them. He really has, and that said, we. Just like with all of our players, we have to put them in position to be successful. Charles, no different. So if managing his reps, if that's what we have to do, then we'll continue to do. Those were good workouts. Had some good conversations. When we look at Gerald Hodges, right now he's on his en route back to Buffalo. There's a good chance he signs at this point, and we'll see how that finishes up. But there's just another opportunity for us to add competition to the roster, and a player that's been out there with skins on the wall.
Would you think that a guy could come in, bringing in a guy this early, he's got a chance to jump right in and start for you and at least compete, like you said, add some competition?
Right, yeah. At a minimum, we're looking to add competition, and then from there, everyone has to earn the right to whether it's start, as you mentioned, or whatever it is. I mean, nothing's promised, and that goes for this situation or any situation. You guys have heard me say that before, and I like to be consistent on things. I would say it's 50-50. There's short-term decisions and there's long-term decisions, and from a leadership standpoint, I know Brandon and I make decisions with that in mind all the time. There's always a pressure from a coach's standpoint. I think most of the coaches out there would feel the pressure to get the here and the immediate fix, and sometimes that's a Band-Aid, and I'm not really into that approach. I'm into what's best for this organization. Yes, both in the short and long term, but I'm into sustaining that success for many years to come as well for this city and these fans. I appreciate that. We appreciate it, and we are going to use those to better this organization, both in the short and long term, as you've heard me say before. That said, right now those 2 first-round picks aren't helping us right now. But again, it's about, as the question was asked earlier, about the roster. That's how we shape this thing, and being stewards of this organization, and making sure we're making sound decisions, both in the short and long term. So excited about that. I thought Doug did a phenomenal job with that, and we're going to always look to add and find the right pieces for us moving forward.